Hello and welcome back to a Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2. We are still Raymond Fossoway, and we are at war with the third Blackfire Rebellion, technically, although it's not showing up as so. There was a few questions asked in the comments, so I will quickly go over those. First question was, who has the Blackfire sword? Because, well, he doesn't have it. Well, I went and had a look around, and it is one of the people I've already marked. I'm going to have to look for him again. Leader of the Golden Company. Well, we'll find... is that him? No, that's the wrong one. Yeah, he's there somewhere. So, there he is. Aegor Bittersteel. He currently holds Blackfire. So, there you go. If you're wondering, that's where it is. And the other question, the other stuff was, how are we going to educate our child and what we're going to do with them? Because currently, Garth is 4, we're going to have to think about who we want to educate him very soon. Now, I didn't really think about this a lot, but it would make sense that we educate him outside of our realm. I mean, we're a skilled fighter, but we're also diligent, which means we would look for the best person possible to educate him. And I think that a suitable choice would be, if we can get him, Sir Duncan the Tall. I would quite like him to educate our child. He is a good fighter. He was also one of the main reasons that we created our house. And I think that would be a good choice. He's a little stressed, but we don't need to worry about that. I think he would be a good choice. Not that you can inherit huge, which would be a nice addition. Anyway, we're going to get back to this war and see how this goes. So, we keep having exceptional military ruler happening to us. Okay, we're in another battle. Seem to be doing quite well. Won it. Yeah, this rebellion's not going too great, although they do still have the Stormlands on their side. It's going to be interesting to see who joins. Oh, so there's a revolt inside our own realm for South Shield. Okay, well that's going to be interesting. See how that does. Right, oh, another lordship was revoked. More tax law. Ooh, and we won a battle and wiped out all of their troops. Yeah, this isn't looking good for Aemon. He still should have about 40,000 troops somewhere. Oh, he has 22,000. Oh dear. Oh, he's figured out how to use boats. But he's only bringing them... I think I figured out what the problem is. He only has enough boats to bring over about 3,000 at a time. So what he's doing is he's starting over here. He's getting his men on the boats. He's bringing them all the way over, and he's landing them, I assume, here. And then what happens is he brings them down, and they die. And then he goes, okay, I need to bring more troops over, so he brings another 3,000 over. Yeah, that's not going well for him. At least his allies still have troops, but yeah, they're not quite strong enough. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to the realm after this. Oh, okay. We are now in this battle. This doesn't look as good. We're going to lose this flank first. Oh, wow. We actually kept that flank to the end, but we did lose some stuff. Oh, we became Regent. Oh, that's not fantastic. That means that our liege is... oh, he's imprisoned by Lord Paramount Lionel of the Laughing Storm. So he's imprisoned by the Stormlands. Interesting. Well, we're Regent now. We've got all sorts of Regent powers. Befriend Lord Gorman. Interesting. I suppose we could take that. That's not ridiculous. It's also new, which is a bit weird. Well, I think we just lost all of our army. Yes, we did. Oh well. It was fun being at war for a while, but it looks like the Stormlands are doing really well. They're actually bringing back a bit of this war score. They might win the war, like, just by themselves, because they're now on the Iron Throne, like on King's Landing. Oh, they're fighting the King's troops directly. That's not good. More tax law. Ooh. King's troops won. Fantastic. Must have had dragons there, looking at the amount that it swung. Oh, and there's the other 21,000 from Aemon's host, however. Interesting. The Valeman's War for... on some lord for some lord. Okay. Not important right now. Oh, wow. The realm is going to change hands very quickly. That's 30,000 troops. I think we have a new king. Lord Orrix of Last Hearth accepted Lord Paramount Rodwell Reluctant's peace offer. So that was up here. Yep. Dear Raymond, I would like to invite you to join me for a small gathering of friends to dine and drink and forget about the world outside for a little while. Be prepared to reserve a few days for this in case we get truly into the spirit of proceedings. Now, we're paranoid and not gregarious anymore, so I'm gonna say no. Because, you know, we're not the happy let's go party person anymore. We're somebody's out to kill us. Alright, so that's the Iron Islands accepting a peace. It's time for me to choose how I want to educate myself. Oh, not quite yet. It's 1 year. But he will be groomed for command, I think. And we will, of course, spend all of our money to make that happen. I think that's right. Yep, all of our money to make that happen. He's revoked a lordship. Okay. Decided to exile people. They've been alright, banished and exiled. Same person. Okay. Lord Paramount Rodwell has revoked another lordship. Yeah, I think all lords are just trying to get their realms back as the way they like it. Oh, our lord has accepted the peace offer from South Shields, which South Shields accepted his peace offer. Oh, Riverlands are trying to save our king, but it's not really happening. Another lordship's revoked. Another lordship's revoked. Another lordship's... Wow, all these lordships that are just being destroyed. Ah, because he wants to create the High Lordship of Winterfell. Okay. Well, it does... what's this? Depose Lord Paramount Gunther. That's not ours. That's because we still have... oh no, we do have Gunther. Yes. I was getting a bit confused there. He died a long time ago, right? Yeah, he did die a long time. For some reason I thought he was still alive, and I was very confused about why we had Lord Paramount Gunther. Transferred vassalage of people to people. Okay. Another High Lordship. A couple of household knights are practicing the cold-blooded Destrier and the warm-blooded Charger ambled towards each other, the riders preparing to crush their lances against each other. I watched the is that Destrier? Crash into the ground with its rider crushed beneath them. I can say it's a good fight, or I can say, are they deliberately trying to kill themselves? Well, we know about fighting. It's a good fight. Yes. Good fight. My wife, Janie, tells me that she is pregnant, but that can't be right. Can it? Doubt besets me. Oh, good. More of this. I've thought it over, and I cannot be the father of my wife, Janie's baby. As it grows in her belly, I have trouble sleeping. I must put this matter to rest. Hire someone to find out. Of course, it doesn't matter how much gold it costs. We'll hire people to find out. Hire more spies. We must know. The spies I hired at great expense to discover anything suspicious about my wife Jamie and her pregnancy have failed to turn up anything at all. I guess the child must be mine then. He's revoked lordship from someone. That's more North lordship's been revoked. I thought he'd already got all of his titles. Oh well. Oh, they're starting to assault things over here. Oh, and then it ended. At age 66, Lord Gorman of Cockleswent died in the dungeons of Lord Paramount Lionel of the Stormlands. That means that we now have a new lord. We have Lord Armin. He's alright. He's ambitious, brave. A little gluttonous, but... You know, he could grow out of it. He's only 21. So let's... Is he still at war? Yes, he's still in Aemon's... it's this one, yeah. He's still in Aemon's host claim. Why are the Kingswood not in the war? At all? Okay, they just for some reason split from the Iron Throne. Weird. But we're not in the war anymore. The war didn't end. We're just not in it. Okay. Interesting. Because, of course, our liege is not in the war. If I want to befriend Lord Armin I, I'll have to try and engage him in some interesting conversation. If perhaps I seek an audience with him while he's in his quarters, maybe bring some fine wine, I'll be able to make him look more favourably upon me. Yes, going to his quarters with wine will get a reaction, I imagine. Lord Armin seemed perturbed at your presence in his private quarters. He engaged you in awkward conversation for a while, but eventually thanked you for the wine and dismissed you, telling me to have important matters to attend to. How can you not like my witticisms? I'm actually going to try and change that now, because I cannot be cancelled. Okay, we'll wait. Because I didn't want to befriend Lord Armin, I wanted to befriend his father, but that's not going to work. Okay, Garce, I would like to educate you. You need to be a guardian person. Let's go for Sir Duncan Nuttall. I would like you. Are you busy? Maybe you just can't get them educated. You can't educate anyone with the Kingsguard, would be my guess. Okay, so if not the Kingsguard, who? It would have to be someone we trust, because we're paranoid. That seems reasonable. I don't know. Maybe we trust our liege, like our top level liege, Lord Paramount Gunther, or maybe someone we've been in a tournament with. How about Wendell Chester? This guy, the guy who keeps winning every single jousting tournament we go to. I mean, we don't actually like it. Wow, his traits are not good. Yeah, and he has a lot of deadly sins, which is not something that we should really be going for. Who else wants some of these? We could try and send them to our king, but that's probably not going to work. We could try and send them to our... let's see, who's in the war? I want to just see who's in this war first. Yeah, we could try and send them to our... What's he to us? I've forgotten. Our... well, I guess it would be our daughter's father-in-law. That's the right way of putting it. We can try and send it to someone in his court, if we're trying to send him away somewhere. Don't suppose our son... No. Our son-in-law is not good enough. You're a poor fighter. Do you have anyone in your court who's good? You're just a knight. You're not actually good at fighting. Interesting. We didn't think it would be that difficult to find somebody who was... good at fighting, and that we would also have a reason to send them to. Oh well, I guess we will kind of keep them in our court then, because that seems like the right way to go about it. Let's see if we have anyone else here who we think would be a good choice. Not really. I don't see anyone who's instantly jumping out at me. No, I don't think we want to send them to that. Could send them to Ashford if we want to send them to where we had our first tourney, but this doesn't really work out. Well, let's educate them ourselves, I think. We are a reasonably strong fighter. We're paranoid, so we probably wouldn't go like too far out the side of our own realm. Like, we wouldn't just send them off to the north without thinking about it. So I think it makes sense that we would educate them ourselves. Okay, Garce, you will be educated. By us. Yep. I think we're the only people we trust who are actually still alive and wouldn't be absolutely awful. Yeah. Kinda disappointed you can't have the Kingsguard educate people, but I'm guessing that's because the Kingsguard don't technically have land. Garce is responding very well to my tuition. He has improved his skills and is advancing his knowledge every day. Let me just double check. Yeah, Kingsguard don't have land, I think might be the problem. And they're under a titular title. Possibly. Lord Armin of Cockles agreed to become the vassal of Lord Paramount Gunther of the Reach. Well, yes, of course he did, because... well, that's where we should be. Sir Russell for the Reach faction. My son Garce is turning into an arrogant little braggart. I might have to rein him in a little bit. So, we can get humble, proud. Okay, so that gives us a small chance of getting proud. This gives them a larger chance of getting humble. And this just gives them proud. Do we want them to get proud? Proud would be the 7th deadly sin according to the church. So that would not be good. So we'd want whichever option, because we're zealous, we want whichever option just tries to get rid of proud the most, which would be the smith will cure him of his sin. That seems like what I'd go with. It didn't actually... I thought that was our son for a second there. I was very worried. He actually got proud anyway. Okay, so what was there was it made little difference what we chose. Oh, more people are dying. Okay. Dear Sir Raymond of New Barrel, I hereby invite you to the wedding of Lord Armand Pike and Lord Mega Karen in Star Pike. Your presence will be greatly appreciated and I look forward to your attendance. Well, it's our liege sending it. So this is slightly different than do you want to just come to a party. This is do you want to come to a wedding? And I think that we probably should. Honourable thing to do, obviously, is to go to your liege's wedding if he asks you. Seems like the right option. We really need to find a way of getting our money reserves back. Institute media. Sure, you can improve taxes if you want. That's fine. Lord Armand greeted us warmly to the wedding. Fine arbour gold was served and the most lovely music was played throughout the whole night. The ceremony between Lord Armand and Lady Mega and the grand feast shall be held upon the morrow. Thank you for having us. I just realised that we actually missed our chance to attack Cider Hall in this. Not that it would have worked, but while we were separated from the Reach, we could have probably declared war on the Reach. We would have had to have declared war on the whole Reach, though, for that one province, which we would have lost. Now Mega Karen and Armand Pike stand before the gods, take up the holy vow of marriage. The great lords and ladies of Cockleswent look on as he drapes the arms of House Pike around the bride, and to finally seal the marriage. And now for the feast. The feast at Star Pike has been on for many hours. Lord Armand seems in good spirits. Now would be a good time to approach him and engage him into conversation. I'm sure we'll get along. Lord Armand welcomed you next to him on the dais, and you spent many hours talking, drinking and laughing. At the end of the feast he thanked you for the company and bid you come back to talk some more. This could be the start of a good friendship. Oh, he likes us more. Fantastic. A daughter was born to Sir Raymond of New Barrel and Lady Janie of New Barrel named Dinah. Well, we're not going to name her Dinah. We are going to name her something else. I don't know. Who are we going to name her for? How about our liege's new wife? So, Mega. I'm actually just going to name her Meg. Because, Mega is a little too long for me. The feast was winding down now, only the bedding remains. Armand and Mega are stripped of all garments by the revellers, who would make many a bawdy joke along the way. They're finally bundled into their bedchamber, where they are finally left alone. Fantastic. Lord Armand's wedding is over, and it's time to begin the long way home. After music, the entertainment, and the warmth, the real world finally feels cold and hostile. Will there be another wedding? Good. Lord Alador the Fat has founded the deposed Lord Paramount Gunther faction. Okay. You're just a lord? Interesting. Yeah, no factions I need to care about though. People being released from dungeons, raiders. Oh, Lord Armand of Cockleswent died under suspicious circumstances. That would be our old liege, because we now have a new liege. Lord Anselm of Cockleswent. Okay. He is cynical, arbitrary, kind, temperate, and brave. So he's not... I suppose we would like him more, although we were almost friends with his previous... with his brother? Who I can only assume that he killed. Well, that's a bit worrying. I'm not entirely happy with that. All for the tax. It was all for the tax law. He wanted it to be small taxes, not medium. Okay, well, we'll accept it. Since I came to Star Pike, we've never had a shortage of soldiers reinforcing our troops. They know that fame and fortune awaits. Well, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. just, I suppose before we end, we should double check how this war is going, because we can't actually check anymore. It's a little bit more in favour of the host than it was before. Although, if we have a look at this, and I think they lost an ally. Yeah. Well, they lost a whole chunk of Dorne, basically, is the problem. Because a lot of Dorne, I guess, decided to declare just declare independent, or neutrality, that would be it. Yeah. So really, it's the Stormlands who need to win this war, because I assume that if it's that close, the 21,000 troops are missing. I don't see them within our view, so I just don't see them. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.